Buckle up, Falcons fans, because this offseason is about to send shockwaves through the NFC South. The Atlanta Falcons are standing at a crossroads, with the chance to pull off a blockbuster move that could redefine their defense and catapult them into contention. We're talking about a seismic shift in the secondary, with two elite, game-changing cornerbacks in their sights. This isn't just another roster tweak. This is the kind of move that could make opponents rethink their game plan before even stepping onto the field. But first, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, don't wait. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Only 1% of viewers actually subscribe. Let's change that. A small action that makes a huge difference. The secondary struggles, a glaring weakness. Let's be real, Falcons faithful, the 2024 season was a roller coaster, and not the fun kind. The offense showed flashes of brilliance with Michael Penix Jr. taking the reins, but the defense? That secondary was like a leaky roof in a thunderstorm. Opposing quarterbacks had a field day, racking up yards and touchdowns while Atlanta's defensive backs scrambled to keep up. Mike Hughes fought valiantly, and A.J. Terrell remains a lockdown star, but the depth? It just wasn't there. Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman Jr., the rookies Atlanta drafted, showed promise, but expecting them to step in as immediate starters opposite Terrell is a tall order. Even undrafted free agent Kobe Bryant turned heads in camp, but he's not ready to face the likes of Devontae Adams or C.D. Lamb. The numbers don't lie. The Falcons ranked 27th in pass defense last season, giving up 242.3 yards per game through the air. That's not just a stat, it's a cry for help. Enter the opportunity of a lifetime. Two former Pro Bowl cornerbacks, both with resumes that scream game changer, are suddenly within Atlanta's reach. These aren't just any players, they're the kind of veterans who can transform a defense, mentor a young roster, and strike fear into opposing offenses. The Falcons front office, led by Terry Fontenot, is working the phones, and the clock is ticking. Other teams are circling like sharks, so Atlanta needs to act fast. Let's break down who these stars are, why they're perfect for the Falcons, and what's at stake if they don't pull the trigger. Star number 1, the Super Bowl champion with swagger. First up, we've got a 7-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time first-team All-Pro, and a Super Bowl champion who's been one of the most dominant cornerbacks of his generation. Jalen Ramsey, this guy doesn't just cover receivers, he owns them. With 24 career interceptions and 108 pass deflections, he's a walking highlight reel. His name's been on the trade block since April 15th, 2025, and the Falcons are right in the thick of the negotiations. Why is he available? Let's just say his current team, a squad down in South Florida, is ready to move on, and the financials make a post-June 1 trade a no-brainer for them. If Atlanta can put together the right package of assets, this superstar could be strutting into Flowery Branch, ready to lock down half the field. What makes this fit so tantalizing? It's not just his stats, it's his connection to Atlanta's head coach, Raheem Morris. These two go way back to their days together in Los Angeles, where they built a championship-caliber defense. Morris knows how to maximize this player's elite skills, from his physicality and press coverage to his uncanny ability to bait quarterbacks into bad decisions. Imagine this, A.J. Terrell on one side, this guy on the other, and a pass rush finally getting the time it needs to wreak havoc. That's not a secondary, that's a statement. But here's the catch, his injury history. He's missed games here and there, and at 31, some teams might hesitate. Not the Falcons, though. They're betting on his leadership and playoff pedigree to elevate a young roster hungry for a veteran presence. If Atlanta lands him, the NFC South better watch out, because this defense could go from liability to lethal overnight. Star number 2, the shutdown artist with something to prove. Now, let's talk about the second option, Jaire Alexander, a cornerback who's been a nightmare for receivers when he's healthy. This guy's a 2-time Pro Bowler who was recently cut loose by a certain team in Wisconsin after another injury-plagued season. His release sent shockwaves through the league, because when he's on the field, he's as good as it gets. We're talking about a player who can shadow the league's top receivers and make them disappear from the stat sheet. His injury history, though, has been a dark cloud over his career, and that's why he's a free agent right now. The Falcons, however, see a golden opportunity to snag a proven star at a bargain price. Why would this player choose Atlanta? For one, it's a chance to stick it to his old team twice a year in the NFC. For another, it's about redemption. This cornerback is still in his prime, and he's got a chip on his shoulder the size of Stone Mountain. Pair him with Terrell, and suddenly Atlanta's secondary isn't just patched up, it's elite. The Falcons' defensive scheme under Raheem Morris thrives on aggressive, man-to-man coverage, and this player's quick feet and ball-hawking instincts are a perfect match. The risk? Those injuries. He's missed significant time in recent seasons, and Atlanta would need to manage his workload carefully. But the reward? A defense that can finally match the firepower of the offense, giving Penix Jr. and company the support they need to make a playoff push. The bigger picture, a franchise at a turning point. This isn't just about one position, folks. The Falcons are on the cusp of something special. Penix Jr.'s emergence has sparked hope, and Morris's defensive vision is starting to take shape. Adding an elite cornerback could be the final piece of the puzzle, turning Atlanta into a legitimate contender. But the drama doesn't stop here. There's another storyline simmering, one that could shake the roster to its core. It involves a veteran leader, a heated competition, and a decision that'll have fans talking for months. We'll dive into that next time, so make sure you're subscribed and ready for the next bombshell. For now, let's focus on the secondary. Imagine it, Week 1, Mercedes-Benz Stadium rocking, and Atlanta's defense shutting down an NFC rival. Terrell and one of these Pro Bowlers are jawing at receivers, picking off passes, and setting the tone for a season that could end with a deep playoff run. That's the vision. That's the dream. But it's up to the Falcons to make it reality. So, what's your take? Should Atlanta go big and trade for the Super Bowl champ, or sign the free agent with a point to prove? And what do you think about that mystery storyline we're saving for next time? Hit the comments, share your passion, and let's keep this hype train rolling. Rise up, Falcons fans, this offseason is about to get wild. Go Falcons!